Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today on this cold winter day I'm going to cook a pretty typical holiday protein, rack of lamb. Picked this up at Costco and I'm going to cook it sous vide. If you've ever cooked lamb before, you know sometimes it on the outer portions it's brownish, you know, it's well done, and in the middle it's nice and pink. With the sous vide method, we're going to try to get it edge to edge, medium rare. So I'm going to be cooking this for 2 hours at 130 degrees Fahrenheit. And before I do that though, I'm going to sear this in a pan, try to reduce this little fat cap we have here, and use that fatty juices, and then put that in the bag along with some I'm going to coat it nicely in salt and rosemary. Finish this off with a blowtorch. I'm going to use that again. So first thing I'm going to do is get this unwrapped and get it ready to sear. So this is some Australian rack of lamb, and I don't know, that seems like an awfully long distance for sealed food to travel, but what do I know? Maybe they don't have lambs here in the United States. But I'm gonna take care of this here. I'm gonna get it unwrapped. Obviously you could possibly cook it in this bag as it is, but I've heard that the glue they use to keep this stuff together can break apart at higher temperatures, so I probably wouldn't recommend doing it unless, you know, you're feeling adventurous. I just don't know for sure if this will hold up. So, you know, I always get asked that question, if you can just throw it in there. My answer is maybe. So I'm not going to try that out today. I have a bunch of vacuum bags available, so I'm going to go ahead and get this out of here. Okay, so it comes out of the package pretty bloody and juicy. Since I'm going to be searing this, I definitely want to dry it off really well first. I think that's going to be key to getting kind of little sear that we want. So basically I'm just going to fry this fat side down and kind of just reduce that fat a little bit. It looks like these have already been Frenched, so I don't really have to do any extra work there. Pretty good looking piece of lamb here, nice and fatty, marbly. You can just take this right out of the fridge cold. You don't have to let it sit or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer this over to a nice piping hot non-stick pan. Okay, so here we go. Plop this in. I'm going to press all the fatty side down. Then I'm going to let that sit there for a couple of minutes and basically let the fat melt. Here's what it looks like. Just nice and golden brown. Going to sear the rest of the edges, and we're going to let it rest here for a sec. Shouldn't take very long to do the rest of the edges. There should be a nice amount of fat that is caramelized. This will give us some nice roasty flavors when we do sous vide it. So there we go, we're all brown on all sides. Put our rosemary in there. Let it kind of absorb some of the fat, crisp it up a little, give it an interesting flavor. Just let it sit there until we're ready to put this into the vacuum bag. Okay, so in addition to putting the rosemary on this, I'm going to give it a nice generous portion of salt. Salt the meat good. This will help draw out some moisture and give it a firmer feel. Okay, so let's put these on here, front and back, get them into the bag. Rosemary pieces on the meat. Okay, let's get this vacuum sealed. All right, let's get this sealed up. Dry is fine. We're going to dump this in the water bath next. Okay, we are at 130 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to plop this in here for 2 hours. Okay? So I will see you in 2 hours. Okay, we're all done. It's 2 hours later. And our lamb is finished. Almost. We're going to finish it off. As you can sort of see right here, it looks pretty pink. And what we're going to do right now is remove the rosemary. We'll cut it open, remove the rosemary, and get this dried off as good as possible. Okay, been a little while since I've used the torch, but here it is. We're going to want to use the tip of the point here and just quickly move it across most of the spots. Just give it a nice little brush, okay? Hopefully I don't set off my fire alarm again. This is a great way to finish a lot of meats because it only really blasts the outer edge with a nice little caramelization crust. It doesn't really penetrate deeply into the heart of the meat, which has been cooked edge to edge the way you want. Look at that. That's nice and juicy. This is the fat cap here. Caramelize that a little bit. See it sizzling. I'm going to flip it over now. To the other side. Look at that shrinkage. See the meat shrinking together. It's pretty interesting. Don't overdo it. You don't want to get torch taste. So once it starts to get nice and brown, you're good to go. Which this most definitely is. Okay, so here we have it. I'm going to cut it open. Show you what it looks like on the inside. This is really easy to cut. You just want to go in between the bone and you can just saw away. Oh. The bones in this particular one are slanted, so give me a break here. Somehow they are crookeder than more crooked than normal. Not sure why, but it might have something to do with being Australian. I don't know. Doesn't come out looking the prettiest, but if you can see here, it's insanely juicy. I mean, holy cow. Look at that freaking juice, man. It's just everywhere. I'm not even squeezing it, it just lays like this. So, got some good, juicy lamb here. And I'm going to take a bite here in a sec. As you can see, basically it is perfectly medium rare, edge to edge with a very small, I mean it looks about maybe half a millimeter is cooked out here, and that's just from the torching and the browning of the outside. Even on the stem you can see there's barely any medium well part to this, so it's going to be really delicious. It smells awesome. The fat rendered amazing. Just take a little part of this decal portion, which is usually the best part. Nice little crust on the outside. Oh man, that is good. It's got a good rosemary flavor and it's not too salty. It's just right. It's gonna go amazing with this Merlot sauce that I made, which I'll put the description for, or I'll put it in the description of the video. Oh man, it's so good. Perfectly tender, not chewy, very intense lamb flavor. Man, I love that. That's so good. Okay, here it is. I'll plate it up. I'm gonna add the Merlot sauce a little bit. Drizzle it on there nicely. It's a great flavor to this. Not the best plating job in the universe, I know, but couscous is really messy and asparagus, whatever. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment. If you like it, leave a thumbs up and a comment if you wish. Thanks again. If you're interested in any of the equipment I used today, go ahead and hit the show more button on the video description, and there's links to where you can get everything on Amazon. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.